My best friend blocked me on everything yesterday after I told her fiancé that she's been texting her ex-boyfriend behind his back, and now everyone in our friend group is calling me a snitch who violated girl code even though I think he had a right to know before marrying her. I've known my best friend Jess since college. We're both 31 now. She got engaged 6 months ago to a guy named Ryan, who she's been with for 3 years. Ryan is great, he treats her well, and I genuinely thought they were solid until about 2 months ago. We were having drinks and Jess's phone kept buzzing. She kept ignoring it, and finally I joked about her being popular. She got weird and quiet and said it was nobody. Later that night, after more wine, she admitted she'd been texting her ex Marcus. I asked what kind of texting. She said they'd reconnected on social media and had been catching up. I asked if Ryan knew. She said no, and there was no reason to tell him because it was innocent. I said if it's innocent, why hide it? She said because Ryan gets insecure about Marcus. Apparently Marcus was the one who got away. They dated for 2 years in their mid-20s, and he broke her heart. She said she was completely over him, but Ryan had always been a little threatened by the history. Over the next few weeks, she mentioned Marcus more and more. That he was going through a divorce. That he told her he regretted how things ended. That they'd gotten coffee once, just as friends. I asked if Ryan knew about the coffee. She said no, and I needed to not make a big deal out of it. I said it seemed like a big deal if she was hiding it. She said she was only hiding it to protect Ryan's feelings. I told her it seemed like emotional cheating. She got defensive and said I was being dramatic, that she was allowed to have friends including ex-boyfriends, and that she and Marcus were both in different places now, and it was purely platonic. I let it go, but I kept thinking about it. A few weeks later, she mentioned she was having doubts about the wedding. Not about Ryan exactly, but about whether she was settling. She said seeing Marcus again made her wonder what if. I said what if what? She said what if Marcus was actually the one, and she'd been trying to force it with Ryan because Marcus wasn't available. I said she's engaged and needs to figure this out before the wedding. She said she knew, but she didn't know how. I asked if she was planning to keep talking to Marcus. She said probably because he understood her in ways Ryan didn't. That's when I started feeling like I needed to say something to Ryan. Jess was clearly emotionally involved with her ex while planning a wedding, and Ryan had no idea. Every time I saw Ryan being excited about the wedding, I felt sick. Last week, Jess told me Marcus had told her he'd made a mistake letting her go and still had feelings for her. I asked what she said back. She said she told him she was engaged, but also that she'd always wondered about them too. I asked point blank if she was going to call off the wedding. She said she didn't know. She said part of her thinks she should marry Ryan because he's stable and good, and they have a life planned. But part of her thinks she's ignoring her real feelings because she's scared. I said she needs to tell Ryan all of this. She said absolutely not. It would destroy him, and she's still figuring out what she wants. I said it's not fair to let him plan a wedding while she's emotionally involved with someone else. She said I needed to stay out of it and trust her to handle it. I said I couldn't watch her do this to Ryan. She said if I told him, she'd never forgive me. I thought about it for 3 days. Finally, I asked Ryan if we could get coffee. I told him everything. About Marcus, the texting, the coffee, the doubts, all of it. He was devastated. He said he had no idea and felt like an idiot. He confronted Jess and she admitted it all. They're on a break now figuring out if the wedding is still happening. Jess sent me a message saying I betrayed her trust and ruined her life. She said what happened between her and Ryan was their business and I had no right to interfere. Our friend group is split. Some people think I did the right thing. Others think I broke girl code and should have let Jess work through her feelings privately. Am I the asshole?